Welcome to another beautiful day in California. After the success of my first documentary project, GEGENWInd, I want to start a new one. But to be honest, I don't have any idea what it should be about. 2 days ago, my film partner Andreas, together we did a brainstorming session. And in this video, I want to share what we came up with. So first on the list is an idea that I already talked about in my last video, and people who know me will recognize that idea. And what I would like to do is to make a documentary about a documentary. Because if you imagine, if someone does something, the filmmaker has to do the same thing, plus schlep all the material. And I would love to show you that. And also in post-production, when sometimes a scene, is seemingly too complex, then to see how we as filmmakers have to decide how can we simplify something without creating a new reality, right? Just to see how that works, and then how much of a difference adding music makes or a sound design. Like this, it is so fascinating, and I would love to show you that. Another idea is action sports. I come from a background of snowboarding and now surfing, Andreas as well, so that would be an obvious choice. Like, let's say 10, 15, 20 years ago, that would be the obvious choice. But I think, we have seen plenty of snowboard movies and surf movies, so I don't see the new angle, and that's why we are currently hesitating. One specific thing about surfing that I think, could be interesting is that here in California, there are these brands who are trying to produce things more sustainably. Meaning there is a guy who creates surfboard planks that then he can shape into surfboards out of mushrooms. I don't know how that works. I just, read about that, and just things and ideas like that, and talk to those who develop these ideas, I think could be an interesting topic. What's next? There's a Swiss pro cycling team that's climbing the ranks. And although I know there are more and more cycling films out there, what I am thinking is to put a spotlight on the individual roles within a team. Because as you might know, there are sprinters, climbers, people for the general classifications. And so to let you guys in on these relationships and maybe follow one person in each of these categories and then see how they have to work together in a race, that could be an angle that that I don't remember having seen yet. We talked about ocean plastic pollution because this is a current topic. It's in the news. And here I would not necessarily be interested in the general topic, but maybe follow a specific mission so that we get to see the people, on the boat going out there and actually collect plastic or whatever it is. Oh, and then there's another idea, a funny one, which is specifically to Switzerland, Hornussen. Yeah, it's a wild idea. It's an indigenous Swiss sport. And it would just be fun to dive into something that I grew up with and never paid that much attention to, but it's just something, typically Swiss. Forgotten jobs is another topic. There are these jobs that in the current landscape of things would make sense, from a sustainability standpoint. For instance, shoe repair or knife sharpening services. Another interesting topic, volunteer work. We all know that without these volunteers, a lot of organizations couldn't function as they do now. And just to find these people who do things for free, and their reasoning, their motivation could be an interesting thing to see and talk about. I know, for instance, in Switzerland, that in certain municipalities, the firefighters aren't getting paid. So it's volunteer work. Just as an example. Winter tourism and how they fight the current trend of not having guaranteed snow. Visiting different resorts and see what their solution and their new approaches are. Maybe, that could be something. Then we have a couple of suggestions that came to me through Facebook. And one came from TAP, and it says international relationships and couples, where maybe, she's American, he's Swiss, and then see where the struggles are and what the solutions are. Another one came from Mike, and that's also an interesting one, trapped in comfort. Meaning a lot of people are unhappy because they don't have the courage to break out, and then maybe portraying people who do things differently and then learn from them so we get unstuck. People who flatlined and then came back and how it changed their lives. I don't know anything about that topic, but it sounds like an interesting one. That's why it's on the list. So that's the list I have. And if you have also a good idea, or if you just have an idea, let me know. I'd love to add your idea to my list. And then we have to pick a few that we then further research. So this whole list already kind of feels overwhelming to me. Should I go after what I'm most passionate about, or shall I figure out which one will be the easiest to sell? I need to find a way how to rank them somehow, and I think I already have an idea how to do that. Let me tell you about that in my next video. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one. Tschüss.